just running through the lineups this afternoon. We're just about ready for the players to enter the pitch. A couple of changes for both sides, but the starting 11s this afternoon will be for Slough Town. In goal, number 1, Charlie Horlock. Number 4 will be Lexus Beeden. Number 5 is Dan Bayliss. At 6 will be John Malprosper. 9, Slavi Spasov. 10 is John Gilbert. 11, Francis Amati. 12, Leon Chambers-Perillon. 14, Scott Davis. 15, Henry Ochieng. And number 23 will be David Ogbonna. For our visitors today, starting 11 will be number 1, Dan Lavercombe. At number 2 will be Tyler Love Holmes. At 5, Tom Harrison. 6, Samuel Saunders. 8, Will Dean. 9, Tyler Harvey. 11, Dominic Johnson Fisher. 12, Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain. 15, Andrew Neal. 18, Dan Rooney. And number 20 will be Ryan Law. Players just now going through their handshakes. With it being Slough's last Saturday home game before Remembrance Sunday, we will be observing a period of silence before kick-off. So as per usual, an impeccably observed period of silence there as the last post was playing in and around Arbour Park. As the defender on loan from Kidderminster Harrows launches another long throw into the box. A nice acrobatic effort there from Tyler Harvey. Just as that flick throw in had just gone slightly behind him. It's a sign of a striker in form there to be able to try something like that. Moving it now into Ochieng in the middle of the park, just looking out to his right-hand side, plays it out to Ogbonna, who's far out on that wide touchline, just trying to play past his man. Tries the dribble, but Ryan Law is, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge between those two. I think Ogbonna's afterburners have already kicked in a couple of times there. I think there's certainly an avenue there for Slough to be able to pursue. That's Gilbert now over on Slough's right, just getting ready to deliver this corner. Comes in across the face of the goal towards Lexus Beeden and it's somehow cleared off the line. Proper goal mount scramble. And I think Lavercombe has somehow claimed that ball.
Cool, I'm not quite sure how that didn't end up in the back of the Slough net.
And there's certainly some looks going over to the assistant referee over on that far side. There was a Truro player down, but that was a proper goal mouth scramble there, Cameron. You don't see many of those.
No, there was about, well, everyone bar the Slough keeper in the box at that point.
And Dan Rooney has made some good progress down that left-hand side. And now it's a long ball forward, headed away by Beeden. Chambers-Perillon tries to pick up the pieces in the middle. It has fallen out here to Tyler Love Holmes, but he can't quite get enough on his effort under pressure from Bayliss. Whilst there hasn't been too much in terms of goalmouth action, we are just over 19 minutes in here at Arbour Park, and I must admit that time is passing by nice and quickly. Spasov just receiving that ball into feet, moving it out to Prosper, just on that inside left channel, gives it back into Spasov. Little exchange of passes again. Spasov first touch round, goes a low shot, saved by the foot of Lavercombe. A good move there from Slough, leading to a shot on goal from Spasov. They take the throw in quickly as Truro had cleared. Been moved into Prosper. Chambers-Perillon now wide out on the left. Just trying to manoeuvre the ball well, but it's being well marshalled in there by Andrew Neal.
They're always going to give a foul for that, especially when you're backing your way into a player in that position.
Maybe just that slower build-up on occasion. Again, Prosper there, just trying to play too quickly into Amati. Oxlade-Chamberlain and is able to make that run away. And it has fallen nicely to The outside, a great block in the middle there from Dan Bayliss, though, as Truro had broken very well through Ryan Law down their left-hand side.
Brilliant challenge there from Bayliss. He had to get there because he was in on goal there.
Yeah, it's a great foot out as Gilbert now looking to slot Spasov through, but the flag has gone up there from the assistant referee over on that far side. Didn't seem to get a lot from it, but caused so many problems just from, you know, that strength that he's able to show on the ball. But Truro now just moving themselves down the right-hand side. Love Holmes just trying to find a bit of space. Ball has dropped to the edge of the area and just trying to find a bit of space there. Dan Rooney. His shot, though, is blocked out for a Truro corner. Ochieng there just nearly losing control of that ball. Does find Gilbert, who then looks to play that ball on that inside left channel in towards Amati, but Oxlade Chamberlain does well to cover that, and Levican then is able to clear. That clearance though is brought down superbly by the right thigh of John Malprospero. He moves the ball out to the left for John Gilbert. Just looking for options though as he cuts inside, just outside the Truro area. It's on the 18-yard line, tries a low shot. Probably just not enough power on it, as Levican's able just to dive low to his right-hand side and gather that comfortably. Probably about 25 yards out. Moved into Chambers Perillion, just trying to find that little bit of space, see if he can continue this excellent goal-scoring run that he's had.
Yeah, and what a good couple of goals it was. 2 screamers, of course, the last 2 games.
Prosper with the ball into the area to Gilbert. Twisting and turning, tries another low effort, but again, can't quite get the right angle on that. Just trying to bend it into that far corner, but Levican well placed. Don't quite think that Gilbert got the line that he would have hoped for either in that instance.
Yeah, it was just sort of like his first chance he had.
So yeah, half time. Yeah, so that turnaround in results for Eastbourne currently puts them up to second on goal difference behind Farnborough. As things stand, Farnborough obviously drawing 2-2, as Cameron said. Truro currently dropping down to 4th.
And Western, of course, who are featuring in the FA Cup, will be a game behind.
Truro now just moving that ball down that right-hand side. Driven cross, blocked by Bayliss. Pinged out towards the edge of the area. And a low drive. Hit the turf from Will Dean, bounced in front of Horlock. Comfortably gathered there by the Rebels keeper. A long kick out, looking towards Ogbonna down this right-hand side. Goes straight out of play just by the home dugout. Certainly a little bit more joy from the flanks now from Slough. Levican with a long ball forward, missed by the head of Prosper. Johnson, Fisher and Bayliss just having a bit of a battle over there. Ochieng picks up that ball though, plays it forward towards Spasov, but it is cleared away. Chambers Perillion now just picks that ball up for Slough, just trying to progress towards the halfway line. Good footwork from the midfielder, takes him past 2 Truro challenges, moves the ball into the centre towards Gilbert, driving forwards, trying to find a bit of space, another low drive. And again, Gilbert finds Levican well positioned. Marty there just putting a bit of pressure on Oxlade Chamberlain, just launches that ball high up the other end. But Davies does just about enough to clear out towards Bayliss on the left-hand side. Bayliss plays that ball down the line towards Amati, can't quite get it under control. Truro then themselves do move the ball back down their right-hand side. Prosper then appeals. Nothing given though. Truro now moving that ball down towards the byline. Prosper there with a challenge that's appealed for a penalty right on the edge of the area, just down that right-hand side outside the box. But Truro have moved the ball back towards into Will Dean, finding a bit of space now as a low drive across has gone in at the near post. Beaten Horlock in there.
I'm not quite sure how that went in, but at your near post, I think as a goalkeeper, you've got to save that, haven't you, Gary?
I think always as a near post routine, you'd always be conscious and looking for it. Gilbert now with the ball just inside the Truro half, lays it out to Abisogan, just in line with the edge of the penalty area, down that right-hand side, looks to drive around the outside, but his chipped effort has gone out for a corner.
Ooh, I thought that was a goal kick again, by the looks of it.
Touch from where we were sitting up here in the main stand, but Slough will certainly take that.
You can, of course, feel the tension here from the home supporters. It has gone a bit quiet since the away side scored their goal.
Just looping back into some of the comments there. Leeds Rebel putting it very politely in terms of Foxtrot Sierra. Come on, you Rebels, and Rebel Spur. This sounds grim. There's Gilbert with a low driven cross, and it's gone in there from Slavi Spasov. That driven cross is a little bit different to what they've tried for the rest of the game. And it found the run of Spasov in the middle, who hammered home from about 7 yards out. Lavacum got a hand to it, but could only push it into the top of the net. Back to 1-1.
Brilliant goal that had to run and play for us sort of watching from up here. Up to that point, no real sort of chances for Slough. The corner was whipped in, and Slavi, who hasn't scored for a while, since of course that Woking game, has got his first league goal in a while.
And we'll now see the return of this long throw from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Again, just outside the line of the penalty area. Long throw in towards the near post. It's flicked on there by Saunders, I believe. Well held by Charlie Horlock, who then plays that long kick down right-hand side. Ryan Law does get well to get the ball, but Abisogan is able to break in behind him, tries to play that ball across. He's blocked. He still has it with Abisogan, just trying to turn, twist and turn, trying to find that space. But well marshalled there by Ryan Law. Probably a little bit of a shove there as the ball was right on the byline, just inside the penalty area in that right channel. Kabia is then able to pick up the ball, and Truro do clear up with a long ball into Harvey. Does well to control that bounce in front of him. And now Andrew Neal just puts in Ryan Law down the left-hand side, progressing nicely. Ball across into the middle, headed away by Bayliss, and a good strike in there from Neal. Obviously a scorer against the Rebels in the last fixture, but long drive wide. That's it. I think when I was looking at the form table the other day, I think Hemel are 23rd in the form table as things stand over the last 6 games.
But especially after their strong starts to the season, though, they're sort of comfortable at the top of the league. They have, of course, had a few injuries and sort of slipping slowly more down the table.
Oxlade-Chamberlain now just breaking down the right for Truro, faced up with Ochieng, finds the run of Andrew Neal in far too much space on the edge of the area. Davis there with a header that nearly goes into his own net as the ball had looped up under pressure from Harvey. John Gilbert is announced as the player of the match this afternoon by today's match sponsors. One you agree with, Cameron?
Oh, I think so. He's been one of a few sort of good players. Maybe you can sort of argue that you can maybe give it to Slavi for scoring his first goal in a while, but Gilbert is sort of comfortably in that middle, sort of dictating the play. So I feel it was either sort of one of those two for man of the match of this game.
Certainly a player that's always involved, always industrious, and just as we speak about him, he's just about to get a yellow card, and his second
he's
yellow
sent
card.
off. Oh,
I thought he had picked one up earlier, and for what was a relatively innocuous challenge, Gilbert picks up his second yellow. Dean now with a corner looking towards the back post area, headed away once again by Dan Bayliss. Slough do clear out towards the halfway line as Love Holmes then tries to put a ball back across to Will Dean. Plays a high ball back across, looking towards the head of Tyler Harvey. Does manage to get his head on it, but can't really direct it, and it goes harmlessly out of play. Dan Roth just recovering the ball in midfield, comes out to the right-hand side to Lexus Speed and tries to cut inside again, but well across there from Andrew Neal to put in the tackle. Abisogan and Beeden there just trying to figure out what they're going to do with the throw in, but it's been passed to the hands of Beeden. Throws it in towards the head of Sam Evans. It's headed out of play by a Truro defender as the referee then blows his full-time whistle. Finishes us off here at Arbour Park. A goal each. Substitute Kabia opening the scoring with a low strike, beating Horlock at his near post on the 61st minute, only to be equalised by a thunderous volley from Slavi Spasov with 13 minutes left to play. And that was before the dismissal of John Gilbert for the Rebels, who finished the game with 10 men after Gilbert had received 2 yellow cards.